My dear children of class 7, a pleasant and cheerful morning to all. My name is Suganti. I'll be teaching you social science this year. Today we will start chapter 1 of civics textbook. The name of the chapter is Equality in Indian Democracy. Children, India is a democratic country. What is democracy? Democracy is a form of government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Repeat again, children. Democracy is the form of government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Very good. That you studied in class 6. The word democracy means rule by the people. It comes from two Greek words. Demos means people and kratos means rule. Democracy is a form of government in which people rule themselves either directly or through representatives. Okay. What is universal adult franchise? All citizens who are 18 years and above have the right to vote. Everyone, irrespective of their caste, religion, color, educational background, race, and financial conditions, are free to vote. This is called universal adult franchise. The concept of universal adult franchise is based on equality. Okay, that is also you studied in class 6. Children, tell me now, who's allowed to vote in India? Yes, in a democratic country like India, all adults aged 18 years or above, irrespective of their religion, education, caste, rich or poor, are allowed to vote. Okay, good. In last year, you have studied about the key elements. Okay, key elements of democratic government. Can you remember? One is people's participation, resolution to conflicts, that means resolving issues, equality and justice for all. Can you remember those you have studied in class 6? Yes. Equality is the main feature of democracy. The term equality means the state of being the same, especially in status, rights, or opportunities. Okay? Things like the same way our society suffers from many kinds of inequalities. I mentioned the term equality. Equality means the state of being the same. Okay? The same way in our society, Indian society suffers from many kinds of inequalities, such as the caste system and inequality based on religions. Okay? Things like caste, religion, economic background, and gender are used as tools. Okay? They are tools to create inequalities in society. When people are treated unequally, their dignity is violated. Okay? Children, our Constitution of India recognizes every individual as equal, irrespective of his or her gender, caste, religion, tribe, educational and economic backgrounds. Okay? Every individual is equal before the law. No one will be discriminated on the basis of religion, race, caste, place of birth, or gender. Every individual has the right to access public places such as playgrounds, hotels, shops, and markets. Untouchability has been abolished. Okay, can you understand, children? The Indian Constitution recognizes every person as equal. Okay. What do you mean by the term Constitution of India? Tell me now. It is a supreme law of India and is used by the Prime Minister, his cabinet of ministers, and the courts to govern the country. It is the supreme law or set of rules in India that govern us all. It was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on the 26th of November 1949. However, it only came into effect on 26th of January 1950. This is why we celebrate Republic Day. Can you understand? The Indian Constitution treats every person as equal. Okay, this means that every individual in the country, including male and female persons, all castes, religions, tribes, educational and economic backgrounds are recognized as equal. Children, do you understand? Okay, right. We will move on to our next topic. The government makes various laws, okay, to protect individuals against discrimination. The government also helps in the upliftment of disadvantaged communities by implementing various schemes and programs. One of the important schemes that the government has introduced is the midday meal scheme. In this scheme, all children in all government elementary schools are provided with cooked lunch. Children, I am repeating again, the midday meal scheme was one such step taken by the government. The scheme was first started in Tamil Nadu in 2001, followed by other states in the next 6 months. The scheme was first introduced by the government in elementary schools to provide children with cooked lunch. The midday meal scheme brought about many positive changes. One is more poor children have begun to attend schools. Attendance has also gone up due to this scheme. Women who had to leave in the middle of their work to feed their children are now able to work peacefully. The midday meal scheme has also helped to reduce caste prejudices as both upper and lower caste students eat their meals together. In some places, Dalit women have been employed to cook meals for the children. The midday meal scheme has also helped children to concentrate better on their studies by reducing their hunger. Okay. Now you tell me, children, when was the midday meal scheme introduced in Tamil Nadu? Yes, initially it was called the Nutritious Meal Program, Sattunavu Thittam. Okay. The Nutritious Meal Program was introduced by then Chief Minister Dr. Purushottam MGR on 1/7/1982. In 1956, Honorable Chief Minister Karmaveer K. Kamarajar launched the midday meal scheme with an aim to improve school enrollment and to reduce dropouts by providing free meals. Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to introduce this scheme. In 2001, the Supreme Court asked all state governments to begin this program in their schools within 6 months. Okay, is it clear, children? So here we reached the end of this session. Okay, stay home, stay safe and stay connected. Thank you, children.